Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce myself. My name is Fabian Fadhly Jambak. I'm from Faculty of Law, Universitas Islam, Bandung. And my field research is about administrative law and focus on implementations of government policy on handling losses of state-owned enterprises. I have interested field for this title because in Indonesian have a unique state-owned enterprise because Indonesia has just one state-owned enterprise module. If we can see this module have two functions. First function is about social function, and the second is about economic function. These two kind of function have differences between these two. One is focus on welfare of social or people, and one focus to economic growth or commercial perspective. In Indonesia, this kind of two function have lack of information, which is state-owned enterprise is focused on commercialization of the economic, or just focus for the welfare of community or people of Indonesia. This uniqueness become not clear for the owner of the state of enterprise, because if this owner is owner by state, must not focus on commercialization but focus on how the goods being what we call it being fulfilled from state to people or Indonesian people. Because if we talk about welfare state must fulfill all the what we call it goods needs of the people. So if that focus on commercializations, the main function of the state being lack of clear and certainty. So it must be being clear by the state-owned enterprise is focused on business as usual, management business of usual. The approach how the state-owned enterprise have what we call benefit in every aspect of business that them held. So if one of the focus not in commercialization on or in easy way focus on state or welfare state, it must be conclude in the statute or the in Indonesian is called undang-undang or act in English that focus on social welfare or business as usual, because two kind of this function is differences between two of these. So it can be not it can be difficult to make it clear that what we on and what we do if the complexity is not good enough. But in my research, the discussion is social function of the state-owned enterprise in Indonesian is try to fulfill of prosperity of for living, creation, and the ecosystem are for all. So not being made different between ecosystem, different human, but all the ecosystem must have a prosperity, not specific, but all the what we call it social welfare must be conduct. And the second of my what we call it research have commercial function of economic need. So in one time, economic need must be fulfilled because the state-owned enterprise still corporation, still company needs some benefit to run the management of the state-owned enterprise. So benefit is still need for the management or managerial of the state-owned enterprise, but in another side, social function is need for fulfill of need of Indonesian people, because Indonesian focus on welfare state, focus on social welfare state, focus on how state can give everything based on Constitution 1945 of Republic Indonesia, that everything that have social need must be conducted by the state. Okay, by the state. So in specific way, a state-owned enterprise is talking about social welfare, economic welfare, then state welfare. So in the beginning, I said that social welfare is related to how people can be fulfill the goods, the need by the state. And economic welfare speak about how the benefits by state-owned enterprise can be used as managerial, that how managerial used to running the state-owned enterprise. Okay, and the state welfare talk about how to focus, which is social and economic, can be distributed by the state, because in the state-owned enterprise, stock of the state-owned enterprise is being have by the government, especially BUMN or state-owned enterprise is by Secretary of state-owned enterprise. So it must be clear which part of the state-owned enterprise being focus is social welfare, is economic welfare, or state welfare. Because if not clear and clean the position of state-owned enterprise, it will be made some things not good for state-owned enterprise itself. Because one of these, like Mandala, like Istana Karya, we have been sued for something about bankruptcy. Okay, but in the last of the verdict of decision of the what we call it Supreme Court of Indonesia, said Istana Karya not being bankrupt or not being position of bankruptcy or insolvency. Okay. So I said is in my conclusions, it's very clear that state-owned enterprise must focus with social welfare or economic welfare or state welfare, because it will be the impact of the managerial and impact for the benefit they used to have in business approach. Okay, thank you for the what we call it. Thank you for the attentions, and goodbye, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.